What's up, guys? I was just trying to get everything kind of organized. We didn't stream this morning, so we thought we'd hop on here this evening. I kind of woke up late this morning. Which I know this is kind of like Snellville trading. I don't know if any of you guys, what is it? I actually took a couple of trades actually where we were up, but we got up to this, almost 6 or 7 points. We're in this trade all over here, then it just pulled back. Because what it is, we were trading off yesterday's close here. I know sometimes whenever the overnight session closes either above or below like yesterday's close, it'll stay below it. So that's kind of what we were trying to do. So we were trying to jump in for the long run. We did not take any funded trades today. We only took evals. We didn't stay on long enough for the funded setup. Yeah, so it was this level that we were trying to trade here. So what I can do is use that 57 as kind of the line in the sand. As you can see, it's been holding up at the 57s. But if it sells back below it, we'll just close this trade and wait for another setup. Usually what you want to do is you want to see it print above on the 5 minute. And see, we got the print right here on the 5 minute, but this here is not printed above it. So you kind of wicking below it. These trades usually work out pretty good during the New York session. You can easily trade this New York and the New York session with the yesterday's lows, yesterday's close, and the previous day high. Don't know if we'll get up that high or not. Let's see. We do looks like we got some resistance sitting at the 80s. Like I said, that 57's been kind of our line in the sand here. What's up, Methodical Man? How's your day been going? Oh, shoot, never mind. That added to it. We're trying to grab something off the previous day close here. And if we can't continue higher, what we can do is just wait and see if we do push back below this 57. We can always look for a trade below 56, 57. Dude, that didn't sell all my contracts. Come on. I'm gonna go to break even. I don't like the fact that it wicked all the way up there and didn't. Okay, there we go. That was a weird delay there, guys. Super weird. Not really sure what that was. We're definitely new to the Asian session, so this line sitting up here at 969. Man, this sucks. We're going to probably miss this trade. I think it will definitely hit the 80s. 80s is kind of what I wanted to target. Nice if you're able to stay in it. You should have been long from 57 if you were going to take this long. 57 was your entry. And that was on yesterday's close at 56. 56, 57 should have that should have been your roundabout entry, shooting for 5 or 10 points. So now we can't do nothing but sit here and watch unless we get some kind of pullback. That sucks. We just missed. Here's that 80 touch. I think, let's see if we get some. I think we're going to get a reversal in this area here. What do we got? Yesterday highs all the way at 177. Man, I'd like to get a trade on there before bed and just target that 170 or that 77's way up there. Whew. That sucks, guys. We just left like 20 points on the board. Son of a bee. I still feel like we'll get a pullback somewhere between what, 96 to all the way back down. I'm thinking maybe even back into the 60s. Where's the bottom of that? 79? Let's see. And maybe the highest we go is 96. Back below 80, I might enter. That's if we get back below 80. Nope. Couldn't push it. If we can push at 80, we have the 9 EMA sent back at 69, so that'd be almost 10 points. Might just be a slow pullback. And this could just be a little bull flag too. But I don't know. I don't like trading into the 90s. I prefer to trade away from the 90s. Oh, my camera's messing up. I've been having issues with my camera lately. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. You'll just have to let me know if something's happening with it here. All right, so I don't think it would be shorting at 80 because I was hoping that we have a little bit more distance between the 80 and the 90 EMA there. So your 90 EMA is sitting at 76. So you only possibly got about 4 or 5 points when we do lose the 80 for a possible bounce. So if you're here earlier, like I said, your entry should have been back here in the 50s, low 60s. How was everybody else's trading today? Is anybody else here traded the New York session, or do y'all strictly just trade the evening? All right, so there's that. Like I said, I wanted to short this 80 here, but I don't like the fact that the 9 EMA is already there. I don't know if it can't push back above the 9. I maybe we can take a chance in pushing this 20 here. Does it retest back up to the 80? See if we get another retest of the 80. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle. We've got less than a minute left. $16 seconds. Oh, excuse me. What we're doing is trying to make sure the 79.80 is going to hold. May just risk like a few points here. Like 3 points. Okay, it held. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. I mean, that's a plus. We may push all the way back down to 56, guys. I'll at least take a few points out of this in case it just pulls back. Because we could possibly have a hard bounce here. Now, this is a really good bounce area, I think. Because especially during the New York session, you got the 50 EMA sitting on top of yesterday's close. I mean, this could be, I'm not saying it will bounce because everything's a little different in each market. But, man, the New York session, this would be probably money here. And you're just looking for 10 points. See, I don't know if you'll get that 50 because you got yesterday's close sitting at 56. You I didn't say full port. Hey, but you can at least be a break even already. So this should be a free trade for you. This way, if that level doesn't hold, no. Let's see if you get the 54 hit. You really need the 5 minute to print above it. That's usually my time to buy, that 50, the 5 minute, but 1 minute's iffy. So did you take that off of the 56 level, or you had yours sitting at the 54, Methodical Man? Oh, no, it missed you by 1. Yeah, 56 should have been your level. I don't see 10 points out of it, though, yet. Let's see. I feel like it may get 10 points. It got a little bit longer. I know you got to wait a little bit longer on the evening session. Was that your 10-point wick? I think it was. Oh, so close. Oh, it's going to give you your 10. Boom, there's your 10. 56. Man, that stuff's probably a little bit even more stronger during the Asian market just because of the less consolidate, the less volatility we have. If I wasn't already in a short, I definitely would have took that 56 bounce. I'm hoping this is just another little bear flag for us to continue lower here. Man, these levels are so good during like the New York session lately. Unfortunately, I didn't get one of these today. I didn't stream long enough to catch a funded trade on these levels. If we can get back below this 56 level, we're definitely going to be going down a good bit, I feel. At least down to the 37. So if you get through 56, 37 is probably going to be your next level down. That's yesterday or today's open at 37. So you could possibly get another bounce off that level too. Then under 37s, we're probably going to back down to today's lows. If we get through 56. Ah, dang it. We ain't going to get through 56. We're going to be going straight up off yesterday's close. Nice if anybody stayed in it. Methodical Man said he missed his by 2 points. He had his sitting on the 50 EMA. Damn. I almost wish I'd have closed it at 56. I should have known better. I should have just closed my trade and re-entered. But that's just in hindsight. You know, you can sit here and tell yourself that. But I didn't know if we would break that and continue selling. That's what I was hoping for. You know, after we bounced, like we bounced here, I was hoping to pull back 10 or so points, then sell back through. All right, so our last setups, we've taken 2 trades so far. So we've taken a trade off this order block. So we pushed up into this order block here on the 1 minute. And at the bottom of that order block was 80. So this is why I said I was going to short 80 if we got back below 80. And so that's why I shorted 80. But like I said, I should have took my profit here off of yesterday's close, because that would have been a nice 15-point trade instead of just holding. Now I will short the 56 if we push back below 56. Yeah, that sucks that we didn't get no funded trade today. I was telling a Methodical Man, I almost made a mistake today. I can't remember if I recorded it or not. Let me see if I accidentally went in with 20 micros by accident. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I told Methodical Man about this trade earlier this morning because I didn't stream. I woke up late. No, I think the time I started my recording, I already had it off. So let's see here. capture. I can't tell which. Like I said, guys, there's really not much for me to do here. I've already missed the entry. The entry was back down here at 56. I'll just look at that in a minute. I want to say tomorrow we have FOMC. I'm not sure if it's interest rates FOMC or if it's just FOMC meeting. So we do have a good bit of 3-star news in the morning. We got core retail sales. Then I want to say later that day, I thought someone said we have FOMC week. Or was that today? What's up, David? How are you been? Oh, tomorrow. Never mind. I forgot. Duh. So initial job claims in the morning. Okay, so it is tomorrow. So tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we have all the FOMC, Papa Powell press conference, FOMC statement. So maybe the prop firms will do some 90% off for anybody that likes to do the full porting stuff. Yeah, just dabbling a little bit on the nighttime trading. Not really risking a lot just because we're still kind of fairly new to trading this time session. So basically, we're trying to take our entries off the previous day, either highs, lows, or today, those type of trades, because those are usually probably the most successful at this time of the night, but you just have to be patient and wait on them. Luckily, we've had those setups already where we have been bouncing off the 56 level. And I didn't take this 56 pullback because I was already in the short from the 80 up here. I don't use order flow. Just mainly support and resistance levels and bull and bear flag breakouts. So may run into some resistance here at the 80s. We had a lot of consolidation here. I think it's going to take a while for this Asian market to probably get through the 90s here. If you kind of look to the left, I mean, you can see we chopped what? It looks like we chopped almost the whole 2 o'clock hour today, 3 o'clock today. It looks like maybe we sold off in the last 30 minutes, maybe. No, this was actually after hours, because I think this is 4 o'clock the market time, because I'm an hour behind, so it's a little different. It sucks that you didn't get your full port in there, Methodical Man. Unless you jumped in anyway. Like I said, I think it's going to take a minute for us to get through these levels. You can see, if you look to the left here, we had a lot of consolidation here in the between 80 and 95. How's your trading been going lately, David? Woo. Now, what would make a really nice entry, what I wanted to do is I was hoping I could find an entry to take all the way up to the, like, hold it overnight and look for a entry for yesterday's highs up at 177. But I don't know if we're going to be able to find an entry. I feel like that 56 should have been your entry. Sweet. When did I have? I had a red day. Was it last Friday? I think I had a red day on my funded accounts. And it was so choppy yesterday. I missed my funded account setup yesterday, and I had a setup, but just didn't get that deep pullback I wanted, and so I didn't take it. And today was super choppy this morning. So we just ended up trading our eval. I think we made about $200 on the eval this morning. Sucks, guys. All we can do is sit here and watch this, guys. Without some kind of like setup or pullback, we can't jump in. I eventually want to start trading a cash account. I have a cash account set up. I just haven't started trading it yet. Oh, this sucks so bad. We just sit here and watch this thing go up 56 or 50 points off that damn 56 level. Son of a bee. That sucks. maybe we'll get some kind of pullback on the 13 level. That's at the top of that order block here. Or maybe the next setup, what we can do is if we can push above 13 or above 10, then pull back, find support. Maybe we can look for a long off of that level. And we also have a data wick or something here. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. Let's see if that wick holds. We had a pretty big sizable wick to the left there. I was seeing if we would bounce off this wick. And that would have been your death candle wick. That would have been the wick from, what is that, 450 today or 350. I think, let's see. No. See, I don't know if my time on Trading Views and my time or if it's showing just Eastern time. Man, I thought we'd at least get up to 13 before we start our pullback here. So it would be nice if we could find an entry if we continue higher and back up towards today's high up at 177. All right, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. was kind of waiting to see if we got below 50, 90, was it 96? Oh, come on. Don't go and try. And when we do enter these trades, guys, they're on very few micros, so we're not even risking a lot. See, I wonder if we fill back in this gap all the way back down to the 80s. Looks like it's kind of setting up for a nice little 50 EMA bounce here. If we pull back into the 80s and high 70s, that would fill in this huge fair value gap here. Man, this price action, you do not get the pullbacks into the levels. So most of the time during the New York session, you would have hit this 20, you would have got the pullback back into the 9, and then once you crossed over this 20, that's usually where I get short a lot of times, but we just did not get that same price action. Well, they hit the 80 a lot faster than I thought it was. Well, thank you, David. I have my off days just like everybody else when it comes to trading. That's the good thing about trading. You don't have to be perfect, because I don't think nobody's perfect at doing this. There's always those bad losing days or those bad struggle days. And see, this setup is a little bit different in the New York session. Like I said, usually we don't ever sell through the 20 without some kind of pullback into the 9 EMA or so. And see, a lot of times, I short that during the New York session. So what I do is I wait for us to kind of cross over the 20 EMA, and I wait for us to push back into the 9 EMA. Then when it crosses back over the 20, I'll short or long or whatever direction it is. But this, we just kept going. Oh, there's the non-50 EMA touch. Don't know if Methodical Man was waiting on that or not. But we did get the 80 touch. That was kind of what I was looking for here. It's just right at the bottom of this order block, plus you got a big fair value gap here. So man, it's like, do we go all the way back down to 56? It's hard to do these bear bull flags during the European this market here, just because you don't get the big breakouts like you look for during the New York session. See, in most cases, we would at least hit that 50 EMA, then bounce. But see, we didn't hit the 50 EMA last time on the 56 level. I mean, if this is New York session, I would definitely be looking for a short here, probably, because I mean, you got a nice bear flag if it breaks out to the bottom side. I just don't know if we need to lose that 80 level there, because we have been finding support at that 80. Or is this one of those little 5-minute Romney candles that you hear Methodical Man talk about a lot? Where you got a 5-minute, because it did wick below it just barely, and the body has closed up in here. So I don't know if that's considered one of those 5-minute Romney candles. But I don't think it is good when it doesn't make a new low. I think that's what makes those really good, is whenever it makes a new low. I'm not sure what it's like on the pullback. Not sure if Methodical Man's still on or not. He might be home asleep or just watching. The Asian market, you definitely got to be a lot more patient with it. It definitely takes a lot longer for the setups to happen. David, how often do you trade the Asian market? Man, I don't know if we'll be able to beat that 56 setup, guys. I think that was your key setup this evening. It offered it twice, too. I didn't take it the second time. I took it the first time, though. So, in this area would have been your first one. You would just have to hold a little bit, do some drawdown. But after that, it kind of took off. But this right here was probably the best setup with the 56 bounce. Oh, okay. You just watch, not too much trading. Yeah, if I'm trading David, it's probably going to be super low micros, like 2 micros, 3 micros, just very little. So I don't, you know, ain't no reason digging myself in a hole, because it's hard to get yourself out of a hole in the overnight session because you just don't have the volume to do it. It looks like we could get a little push down. Look. This flag's getting super tight. The footprints. I've seen different people use those. I haven't. There's the flag breakout. I don't know how easy it's going to be for you to get 10 points. Oh my goodness, man. These things are just... it didn't even stop at the 50, guys. It just sold right through it. What's up, Rock? How are you doing? Oh, the flag finally broke out, man. It just I thought we would get the stop at the 80. I thought it would bounce at the 80 off of that 50 EMA, but it just pushed right through it. What's up, Andy? How's your summer been going? Any exciting vacations coming up? I know you said you like to do traveling, and you do the what is that? I'm trying to think. What's the name of the, like, why'd I go blank? I have a brother-in-law that does that. Timeshares. You said you do timeshares, Andy? Ah, my goodness. We just missed this whole trade, guys. All we can do is sit here and watch. I mean, if you do not jump in this quick enough, it just goes. So if you had the boys to pull the trigger, your entry should have been as soon as we broke through this big bear flag here. I mean, it was a really nice looking bear flag. I mean, big, nice bearish movement, nice pullback. The only reason why I wasn't a fan of it is just because this in the New York session, we always bounce off our 50 EMA and it just sold through it by like almost 15 points. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to wait and see what if we make it back down to this 56 level. Yeah, I pretty much just go to the same place every year when it comes to like vacation stuff, Andy. I don't think I've been to like a new beach in a long time. We go to the same beach, I think for the same one probably for the last at least 8 years, 9 years. Since like 2017, I think. I think before that, the only other beaches that me and my family's gone to, I think, is like Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. We stopped by Panama City once, but we didn't stay there. We were just stopping by just because we're waiting on our Airbnb or whatever condo to open, because I think we were staying in Destin. Man, it's like, do we continue down here? See, I didn't know if we would stay back below this 80 level here, back below 79.80. I almost want to take a trade and just risk like 5 points or something. Or risk like 40 bucks. I don't know, just something small. 40 bucks would just pretty much put us back at break even. I think we will. We'll just do that anyway. We'll just stay right above the 80 level, because if it breaks 80, that's kind of like my line in the sand anyway. Like I said, guys, this is just 2 micros, so we're only in this trade for what, 7 times 4, 28 bucks. Let's see if we can target this wick here. This is just an evaluation account. This wouldn't be no kind of funded. This is not even really a setup. This is just playing off these levels to see if 80 holds. But see, we could also push back up to this. Unfortunately, well, it's 2 more points. So that'll be like 40 bucks. So if we print above 80, I may close this. If we print above 80 here. No, we're nowhere near close to blowing this account. We got about $600 in profit, or $560 in profit. I think even if we lose this trade, it's like 40 bucks. Yeah, so we got back above that 80 level there. Oh, you're talking about the 11 points. Okay. No, we'll be nowhere near blowing up our account tonight. Not in the Asian market. Funded accounts cost too much money to be blowing those up. I want to say last time I blowed up a Bulenox account was by accident. I was switching in between minis and micros, and I accidentally traded high minis, and that was back in like February or March. Okay. Is that what you're usually using? It's like 11 to 15 points for a stop loss? So do most of you guys here, do y'all usually trade this session every day? Yeah, I want to say most of the time, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've traded the Asian market. I usually end up trading New York session every day. Oh, nice. Which market do you usually trade? Do you usually trade the or do you trade out throughout the day, or do you trade like a strictly, like, say, New York session or the London session, or do you trade Asian session? Oh, okay. Man, nice rip off that 80 level. Which time frame do you use, pennies? Or what time frame do you like to trade with? Usually I mostly use the 5 minute and 1 minute to trade off of. So I know trading the Asian market, you definitely got to be a little bit more patient while waiting on setups. The last setup that we had was probably the 56 level. We had it marked out. So what this is most of the time on my funded accounts, I'm trading the previous day highs and lows. So this would have been yesterday's close at 56. So that was your last like setup if you wanted to take a funded account trade. No, I don't think I ever do swing trading. Swing trading is like where you're talking about holding trades, right? Where you're just holding trades for hours or for days. Most of the time, I guess this would be scalping because, you know, we're just trading at that moment. Hopefully the trade doesn't last more than a few minutes. I know it's a little bit different during this time of the night. You know, you can be holding for a while, but most of the time during the day, you know, it's like a few minutes max. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I think this morning I took my trade off the 50% mark of the pullback today. Let's see here. Unfortunately, I started recording it late. I meant to try to start it earlier this morning because I didn't stream this morning. So what I was doing was just recording my trades. Whew, that's a nice move in the London. 50, 60 points. How do you usually enter your trades? Do you do it more of like a like breakout trading, or are you looking for like support and resistance? Oh wow, you're trading on the 10-second time frame? That is insane. Ooh, that's good. I tried to trade on the 15 seconds this morning, and it's like, man, I stood no chance. It's I was trying the 15-second breakout this morning, and oh my goodness, that was like insane. Let's see if I can find it. I thought I recorded it. I don't know if I did or not. Let's see. No, that's not it. No, I don't guess I did. I thought I recorded it this morning. Yeah, about the only time I ever used the 30-minute, 15 minutes, and the 5 minute. Well, the 15 and 30 is usually first thing in the morning on the initial 30-minute candle and 15-minute candle. Yeah, that's pretty good there if you're hitting your target in less than a minute. Those are the type trades I like where they're just a hit. I hate when I jump into a trade, you're having breakouts, then you as soon as you jump in, that stuff just hits consolidation and you're just stuck there just watching consolidation for like 5 or 10 minutes. Those are like the worst. Man, I was thinking we get another pullback to that 56 level. So to me, the two levels that I want to look for is the 56, or if you're going to look for long, the 177 up there, which is a long ways up there. I don't think we'll hit that during the Asian market. I think you'll have to wait to get into the London session because I don't think we have the volume for that. You call it the sucker line? Nice. I have the VWAP on here. I don't ever think much about it. It's on here though. I don't ever take trades off the VWAP, I guess. Most of my trades are usually on bull and bear flag breakouts. All right, let's see if we lose this 80 this time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know some people do like trade like the higher time frames where they're trading the daily or the 4 hour or something, and they hold the trades for a while. Thinking about shorting this 80 just with a couple micros here. If we don't lose the 80, we'll kill this trade because I know that's where a order block is at here at this 80 level. And I'm hoping we can push down, at least run this wick here. Oh, for indicators? I don't know. Most of my entries, I don't usually use indicators for entries. Oh, so you're saying like if people remove like their EMA, like the EMA indicators, I guess. Methodical Man's my cousin. It's just we live in two different states. He lives in Georgia and I live in Arkansas. I thought I put that on there already. That's usually my go-to is 10 points and runners. That's usually how I do all my setups. So most of the times I look for 10 points and runners, but like I said, I'm fairly new to trading the Asia market. I never trade Asia market. I just didn't stream this morning. So I thought I'd jump on here and give Asia a try. Yeah, I took that one trade with the Methodical Man this morning where he's taking that 15-second breakout where he's buying whatever way it breaks out. I did it on an eval this morning, but I just don't have the guts to do it on a funded. I thought I recorded it, but I guess I forgot to hit the record button. Woo, kind of bouncing off that 535 EMA. If we hit 70, we'll probably just go to break even. This way we don't lose any points if it does pull back. I wasn't sure how much deeper it would go past this wick here. All right, so we just broke that wick. Oh, it wicked past it hard. Nice. Hopefully this is just a wick. Oh, nope, it sold through the wick. Come on. I was hoping this wick would hold on the push back up. We'd still get our 60 level here. I'm not sure about the EMAs. I mean, it's weird how I trade the EMA. Like, I don't really trade the EMAs. I mean, I do use them as reference sometimes, but I try not to really use them as support and resistance. Like tonight, I don't think any of these EMAs are like holding up. Whew, 55 trades? That is insane, Penny. Oh my goodness. That is pretty good. 55 trades in one loss. Wow, dude, that's awesome. Just pure price action. Yeah, I need my levels, man. I like trading levels to levels. I like trading support, resistance, and breakouts is like my favorite thing to trade. But I know everybody's support and resistance are always a little different. I know nobody trades the same. Alrighty. So we did not get our initial target. We were trying to target the 60s, which was right above the previous day close. Yeah, most definitely on that. That there like that the money psychology thing. It's definitely can be a struggle bus sometimes. Let's see. I don't know if I can find this morning's trade. I thought I recorded it. Let's see. Uh, See, I think I started some of these too late, so I didn't catch the whole trade. What? Oh, well, I would think there's four, right? The only time I ever look at, like I said, 30-minute candle is early morning. No, because most of the time I'm just doing breakout trades. So a lot of times I won't. So a lot of times I don't look at higher time frames. So this would have been my breakout trade from this morning where we were just pulling back, pulling back, pulling back. And so we would have got long here on this breakout candle here back above the trend. Are you talking about that previous trade that we just took? It was just trading off that support level of 80. There was no like setup. It was just strictly the support level that I had marked, which was 980. And we were trying to target the 56 down here. So mostly all my funded trades have been, like I said, off the previous day high. I don't usually do today's high, but like yesterday's close or yesterday's low. Those are usually what all my funded trades are off of. I don't think so. Ooh, that's a lot. This is, which is, I guess, 50%. 50% of the pullback on the lower time frame. I don't know. I usually, like I said, man, I try to keep my stuff as simple as possible. So, like I said, usually I trade trend line breakouts. This way, I try not to think about too much what's going on around it unless there's like key levels that I'm used to seeing it bounce off of. So, like this level, like a while ago, whenever I was looking at this trend line breakout, you've already had like 2 or 3 touches here, and so I knew this 79.80 was kind of like my level from earlier. You can see we've done bounced off it I don't know how many times. So this is why I had 80 as my resistant level. And also, if you go back over here, I mean, you can see the same thing. Bounce, 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 bounce. I mean, there was just a lot of support resistance at level 80. So that was really the only reason why I shorted here. Trendline breakout, break 70 or 79.80, and I got short. The only thing that didn't happen is my target down here at the previous day, yesterday lows at 56. See, I don't usually ever take trades off the EMAs. I know the Methodical Man's been taking a lot of trades off that 50 EMA lately, which for some reason I haven't been taking them. I don't know why, because I'm the one that usually brings it up to him. It's like, man, that 50 hits like all the time. He's the military expert. That's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of your bigger traders can, I don't want to say bigger traders, but people that are making decent money from the affiliate market, it's a little bit more easier for them to be aggressive with the, funded and evals. That's why a lot of times you get a lot of those bigger like name traders, man. You'll just see them sling so many funded accounts around, not even think about it. The one thing that I've liked a lot lately, Kiko, is the previous day high and low as far as funded accounts go. Hey, you too, Penny. Thank you a lot, man, for hanging out and chatting. Appreciate it. Yeah, the one thing that I like to trade, Kiko, which this is how I've been taking my funded trades, is off the previous high, day, and low. I just get them on Trading View and just have Trading View mark them out for you, and then just put them on your charts. So that's basically what I do is I get them off the Trading View chart and just put them in the same color, and that way So this purple is like your previous day low or yesterday's low, and every day this setup almost happens. It didn't happen today because I didn't get a funded trade. So usually what I do is I wait for you to trade above these levels. It offered it 2 trades, even though I know it's a little bit different a little bit different in this session. But most of the time during the New York session, you will get a nice clean pullback where you can almost put a resting order sitting on that 56 level or yesterday's close, and it'll just rip. So let's see. I don't know if we had any of those lows. I don't know if I had them marked out from today. See, I think today was a little bit more choppy because tomorrow was FOMC. I don't have a take profit right now. My trade already got stopped out. I got short from the 80s a while ago, and I was targeting the 60s, which is yesterday's close. But I've already gotten stopped out, so we're not in this trade anymore. Yeah, just go to Trading View, put in key levels is what it's under. At least that's what I use, just under key levels. And that's for funded accounts. For evals, I trade a little bit more aggressively. I usually trade more of a breakout session in the New York session. Let's see. And usually in the New York session, I'm looking for like 10 points and runners. So, which today was pretty choppy, and this is pretty common always the day before FOMC. Or what time did we actually start selling off? What, lunchtime? Looks like we finally started selling off a little bit. Yeah. Still pretty choppy. Like after the initial move, it just gets kind of choppiness. So tonight, I think we've taken 4 trades total. Let's see. We longed the previous day close. That was the one trade that we took. It was over here though. It was on this one. It was one of the first ones whenever we popped it. And then we took the short once we got back below 2000s earlier. So back over here. Oh, no, I didn't take that one. I didn't pull the trigger because of the 50 EMA was pretty close. So we ended up watching that one pull all the way back to the 80 because it did fill in a big fair value gap on the 5 minutes. So if you ever looked at the 5 minute, there was a big fair value gap all the way back down to the 980s. So let's see. My short now, if I'm a short, I'm going to have to wait to get back below the 56. So now all we can do is just kind of sit here and just watch. There's not really a lot to do. Have any of you guys taken any trades during the Asia market tonight? Or you guys just pretty much just sit around and just kind of watch price action? I feel like we've had some pretty good movement for this market. I mean, I'm fairly new to trading the Asia market, but I mean, I figure 50 points is really not that bad. Yeah, I'm always willing to listen. I mean, I feel like any advice that someone can give you, you can either take it and use it or, just say thank you for, giving it. Yeah. I'm not against any advice. Ooh, that 80 level is still strong, guys. So that's what we took our last short off. We shorted the 80 a while ago. We took this trade here. So once we pushed that 80, we took that trade down to here. But like I said, that's where we got stopped out on the push back up because I was targeting the 60s. I know one thing, you definitely got to have patience if you're trading this market because, man, if you get in a hole, it would be so tough to get yourself out just because of the price action is so slow. That's probably the positivity about trading New York session. If you get yourself in a hole, they have that 10, 15, 20 point move that you can grab to get yourself back in the green. Yep, that's what I've been trading my funded accounts on. Capital is I've been using the New York, and well, I've never tried the lunch session. I've never tried the New York lunch. That one's kind of new to me. Oh, okay, you're still typing. I'm a fan already because I like trading levels. Those are usually my favorite type of setups. Okay, so you take it into the level, then wait for the push back down on the first hit. Do an example. The Asia lows. Yeah, let me put it over here. This way they mark it out for me. I don't have to like go look for it. Let's see. Here we go. You said you have it at 21,776. Okay. Probably not a good time frame for that. Probably have to look at that. Did it get hit yesterday or no? No. So I'm assuming this probably would be the one. This would have been your Asia low from yesterday. 21,876. Yeah. So basically, you're just waiting for you to push below it, and you said you put it 3 points above that level. I don't know. I don't see it down that far from yesterday. Oh, did I mark the... I didn't mark the wrong one, did I? I'm trying to make sure I didn't go back too far. It's so easy to go back so far. For about 2 years. A year and a half, pretty steady, but just about 2 years. I still don't see it down here from yesterday. Or would it be the day before? Most of the time we're trading micros, but every now and then we trade minis. But most part minis, because we're usually just trading 25Ks order. And plus, I try to do that just so it keeps me from like blowing up my funded accounts. It's a more of a grind, but it just keeps you from, you know, because it gets expensive paying for, you know, funded accounts. Sorry about that, Capital. I was looking for... I went to the AM session. That's what I'm doing wrong here. Sorry about that. All right, so this is 4 o'clock today. I still don't see it at that level at all. I don't know if just when I'm just squishing sideways, if it's going back farther than what I'm thinking it's going back. Sorry about that, order. All right, June 15th at 8:30. All right, here you go. June 15th. And you said 8:30, which is... I'm not sure what time zone are you on. I'm on Central Time order. Yes, we do trade the opening, but most of the time our trades, usually I try to wait for at least the first 15 minutes or 30-minute candle close. Sorry about I'm not able to find that order. Because here's Sunday. So you said it should be on the, what, 16th at 8:30? Just not seeing anything down that low. Oh, we are both on the same time. Okay. And that's on the 16th. Yeah, this is Ninja. So, Ninja. All right, let me get it spread out here. Vertical line. This is yesterday at 8:30. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I was missing it or not. Because I thought we were looking for 876, which I guess is kind of down there. We're usually trading Bulanox and Apex. And every now and then take profit. Because when I started out, they were a little bit more expensive. And so I know whenever I started trading prop firms, man, those things were around like $100. Top Steps has gotten a little bit more affordable over the last year, but I know in the beginning they were not affordable. And I've used my funded futures. It's just been a minute. I just haven't ever really used them consistently. Oh, that's where I was messing up. That's 96, right? So you meant to put 96 and not 76, correct? Capital. I think that's what was messing with me. I was going back and looking for a level at 76. Oh, there you go. So that would be somewhat of a setup, right? Guess depending on how many points. Yeah, I'll have to look at that more tomorrow. During the New York session, I'll make sure I have those marked out tomorrow. Because like I said, I do like trading off previous day highs and lows. Whew. Yeah, I'll make sure I have that marked out in the morning. That way I can watch that happen. But that's not a bad idea where you're saying once it pushes below it and wait for it to come back down with the 3 points below it. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I didn't take any trades off the previous highs or lows today. So we missed those. I think the only trade we really took today was a trade off the 50% mark. And I forgot to hit the record button. I recorded it because I was going to make a video showing where I took. Because a lot of times I use this indicator that marks out your 50% of the pullback. That's why whenever you saw my charts over here, you saw that shaded in blue. So what those are is they give you the previous day IBH, which is your initial balance, which is your 30-minute candle. And this will be your opening range high, your 50% move pullback of the day. So we had the initial high here, then this was the pullback 50%, and we got long off of that 50%. Basically, if you pull Fibonacci, where you get the 50%. But these are eval trades. I don't usually take these type of setups with fundeds. I trade completely different with evals and fundeds. I do trade my evals a little bit more on the aggressive side. I have another indicator. I thought it put the that puts the Asian and London highs on here. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have one for Ninja because I've used it before. It's just been a while. Let me do it over here on a different chart. This way we're not messing with the charts here. I'm trying to see if I can find which indicator it's under. I can't remember. This is just the previous session low, and I was looking for one with the, I know I have it. It's the one that puts the levels on there that you're talking about for the London and Asia market. I just put them all on there. Let's see if it comes up with something. No. I was seeing if I could find that one indicator that puts those on there for you. This way I don't have to worry about marking them. I've had them on there before. It's just been a while since I've had them on there. Nope. Oh well. I give up on trying to find it. I'll try to look for it in the morning before I start trading. I'm pretty sure I can probably find it on TradingView. What's up, Fish Lips? Yeah, I woke up late this morning, so I just thought I'd jump on here at night since I don't have nothing going on tonight. I wasn't sure what the price action was going to be like. This week, I haven't really took a lot of trades this week. I have no funded trades this week because I missed the setup Monday, and today I just didn't wait around long enough for it. And Friday, I did have a red day. Even though last Thursday I had a red day, but that was my only red day, was last Thursday. Yeah, I tried to short that 8. I shorted the 80 earlier. Then this was the trade I wish I would have took. Methodical Man was in here when I said that you could probably get a bounce off that 56. But he put it at the 54 because, you know, he likes to trade that 50 EMA. So he had his order sitting at 54. And I had it marked out for 56. But see, I was already in a short because I shorted the 22,000s up here. And so I didn't take it because I was already short, but I know Methodical Man was looking for the bounce here. This was probably the nicest trade of the night. It was a nice 50-point trade. Yeah, that was earlier. But we're not really trading anything to really make a difference with our eval, because we were only trading evals during this session. I don't know if I have the I guess, confidence level in this price action to trade funded in this. But I'm not really sure what tomorrow is going to be like with the, FOMC tomorrow. We got Papa Powell speaking at what, 2 o'clock tomorrow. So, and I'm not sure if that's going to be interest rate decisions or not. I thought I looked on that a while ago, but I'm not sure. I think it's just a statement. I'm not sure if they make their interest rate decision. Okay, so you think it's going to be pretty whippy tomorrow too? I know we do have 3-star news in the morning. So we got the initial job claims at 8:30, which is kind of early. It's before we open. Okay, so it is interest rate decision tomorrow. Or have they already made interest rate decisions? I mean, it's listed, so this right here shows that maybe it hasn't moved. They're just going to keep it at that 450. Size down tomorrow. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I will take a funded trade if we do get the setup, but we will definitely do that on our evals tomorrow, where we'll size down so we don't get ourselves in a hole. It's going to be one of those where it has like a nice movement and it's just going to whip like 15, 20 points out of nowhere. Like you're thinking maybe one of those type days. Fish Lips, how often do you ever trade the Asian market? Fish Lips, your favorite indicator, that 535, man, it's been bouncing. This was probably the nicest setup here after the big move up, then the pull back into that 535. What sucks is I always forget about it. I literally forget about it every time until after it happens. And I'm sitting here looking, I was like, oh shit, that was the 535. I'm literally, like I said, I forget about it all the time. Because I just put it back on there because I know you said you were using it a lot. And so I was like, I'll put it on there so I can watch it. But like I said, I miss it all the time. And that's only because I hardly ever trade the EMAs like that. That's why I always forget about the 50 EMA that Methodical Man's trading all the time. I have a hard time putting resting orders. I don't usually do very good with resting orders. So I think that's why I struggle with your where you're trading strictly the 25 and 50 and just putting resting orders and just waiting on that to hit. It's just woof. like you have like really good confidence in that trade to do that. And I think that's where I struggle, like don't really have the confidence of it working. Because basically, you know, you're not really in control of it. Well, at least that's how I feel. I feel like I don't have no control over it whenever, you know, something happens, if it rocket ships through. All right, we'll mark that out. The 75 and the yeah, I guess that has been our nice little range earlier, huh? I got this one indicator out of Oracle's lobby. It's called the golden. It's similar to what you're doing, Fish Lips, but it puts really nice levels on here. Let me see if I can get a chart with that put on there real quick. It's pretty wild the way it looks. Like, it's what I picture you trading. Let me take all these off and put them on there real quick. Huh. Is it not on there? I'm pretty sure that's in there. Let me pull up the Discord real quick. Well, I don't know what's going on with that. It's not opening. Strange, strange, strange. For some reason the Discord won't open. I was trying to remember the name of that. Yeah, for some reason my Discord's not opening. Not really sure what's going on with that. Let's try it again. Huh. Not really sure. Let's see. Oh, maybe I never put that indicator in the I don't think I did. I never put that one indicator inside the Discord because I was trying to remember the name of it. It came from Oracle's Discord. Oh, there it is. Similar to this one, Fish Lips. Took me a minute to find it. But it has the levels on there. But they're off like a point or two. I want to say the way, because I tried to like read the rules on this. The way that they were explaining it is if it pushes back up through it, you're waiting for it to hit the 50 level. So it's supposed to get back above the 50, then push back down to the 25, 26, then go higher. So here, I don't know if it's one of those deals where if it pushes above the 22,000s like it did here, then like you were saying, you was supposed to get long here at 75, or they have it at 77, but I would think the same idea. I don't know if there was any setups with the 50s. I guess you could. No. I don't know. which I guess that is the 5-minute charts. I guess the 1 minute may be a little bit more wild, I guess. Here you go. It doesn't look as bad on the 1 minute here. So let's see. I was looking for a place where it pushes above the 50 then pull back, but I don't see any here. I'm pretty sure you have to be in the New York session. So I don't know if we'll be taking any more trades. I think we're just going to be getting off here at 11 o'clock because, like I said, we'll be probably getting back up around 4 or 5 in the morning. I know. I wish if I could stay on, I would really like to stay in this trade. And I personally, I mean, I know it's the Asian market, and I don't really ever trade this a lot, but I don't really like shorts until we get back below 56. 56 is yesterday's low. I think if we can get back below yesterday's low, we might be able to push it to today's low. Or what is it, 862? So I mean, a good nice trade. Look, yesterday's close is at 956. Those are the levels that I was trading earlier today. Or even yesterday's lows down at 908. So it can definitely be a nice short between yesterday's close and yesterday's low. But you would want to wait for you if you were. The way I've been using these is I make sure the 5-minute closes below this level. I don't use the 1 minute chart just because it's so, you know, it's not as strong. And for moving higher, I feel like we've already missed our trade. I feel like if you're going to be longs, you should have been long off that 56 from earlier. And that was here on this pullback here, where we pulled back into yesterday's lows, and like I said, it just hit it right on the T, then just ripped 50 points. And that 80 level has been really good resistance. If you kind of go back to the left, that 80's been a lot of knocks off that 80 level here. Because I actually shorted that 80 earlier. So did you get short on this fish lips? Are you trying to short the 22,000s again back down to the 75s? Absolutely. Nice. And see, that's something I noticed about the Asian market. You don't get as big as You don't get as good as a bounce off those like 50 EMAs like you do there in the daytime or New York session. Okay. Nice. You should get it. If you get through if we bulldoze through these 80s here, man, it should, I think it rips pretty good below those 80s. At least to the 70s. We bounced right off the 80s, man. Come on. Get through the 80s and just rip on down to the 56. Nice on your take profit if you took it at 75. That's like an easy $50 there, man. Nice fish lips. Whew. Yeah, I'm trying to keep from trading a lot of evals. Like I said, I still have my 6 funded accounts that we're working on, and I've been just trading 1 eval lately. I was trying to get up to like 3 more Bewley Knox funded is the, I guess, ideal goal here. That way I have more than 1. We still got a long ways to go with our Bewley funded because we're just sitting at what, 569. No, I'm sorry, 541. And it's at 50K, so you got to make freaking, what, $3,600? So, long ways to go. But I just got this one funded recently because remember, that's that one I talk about that we blown kind of back in March or February where I was on minis and not micros one day. Oh, there's your 535. See, I told you I lost track of it. I'm going to have to make that thing a bright ass color so it just like pops in my face. Hey, what's up, Sergio? How are you doing tonight? Hope I pronounced your name right. Is that someone's phone number? We're good. Yeah, we're doing good. We're probably done trading for the evening. We took a few trades earlier in the session. Oh, that's your phone number? What? That's pretty wild. Using your phone number in your YouTube name. Wow, that's the first that I've ever seen that. Do you ever get any phone calls? Does anybody just like randomly call like, hey, I saw your number on YouTube? That's pretty wild. Man, I'm one of those people, I don't ever answer my phone if the person's not in my contacts. Oh, you live in now is that LA, California or Louisiana? Okay, nice. I've never been out to California. I think the farthest west I've ever been is Colorado. Me and my wife wanted to do the Comic-Con, but I heard it's impossible to get tickets, so we've never made it there. It's going good tonight. This is just, I really don't do a lot of trading in the Asia market. Usually I'm trading in the AM session. And so what it is, I just had stayed up late last night. And so I didn't wake up in time to start trading because I didn't wake up till like maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the market opened. And I just was not motivated to get on here and talk about trading 10 minutes after I woke up. So I just said, screw it. We'll get on here tonight. And plus, I've been meaning to start trading that, not trade at night, but more or less stream at night, just because it's a lot harder to pick up subscribers in the morning because of the trading sessions are so saturated in the morning now because there are just so many streamers on between like 8 and 11 o'clock. And if you're not established, it is super tough. Nice on that 75 bounce there, Fish Lips. But we had a decent morning session. I think we made about a couple $100 on our eval. We never did get a funded account set up, so we didn't funded trade set up, so we didn't take it. So lately, most all my funded trades have been coming off the previous highs and lows from the previous day. So basically, all I'm doing is using the 5-minute charts, but most of the time my trades are taken on the 1 minute. So a lot of times what I do is I'll make sure like this is the previous day low. Say this is the previous day close here at 9:56. So this is the 5-minute charts. Most of the time I'll wait for a 5-minute candle to print above the previous day, then look for a trade above the 56 level and look for 10 points in a runner. So if you got long around say 60 or so, it looks like this one offered at about 15 points. The better move was if you would have had to be a little bit more patience. So this was a better pullback. So if this pullback here hit right on 56, then it went up 50 points. So you still had a lot of support at that 56 on this level here. Or you had a lot more consolidation at the previous day low. So this would have been your first candle print above it. The rest of these candles, see how they're just kind of a 50-50. So this candle here would have been your long if you traded the yesterday's low. So that's how we've been trading lately for our funded accounts off of those levels there and looking for 10 points and runners. And they're pretty solid every single day, man. They're pretty solid. I missed the setup the other day by like 5 points. Oh no, it was Monday. It pulled back and it was like 5 points off of the level that I was looking for, and it already left because it happened so fast. So I had to just sit there and watch it go up like over 100 points off of that level. You said I told you I won't open my channel. No, I don't know if I remember that. If were you trading? Are you saying you are starting a channel? Yeah, I'll subscribe to it if you have a channel. I don't mind. Let's see if I can. Excuse me. Oh, you're not doing anything yet? Oh, okay. Fish Lips, you think we're lucky enough to get another 2,000 push or 22,000 push here? Ah, shoot, it's already going. Okay, so this could just be a nice little bear flag setup then. Ah, shoot, sorry about that. Wrong keyboard. Man, it definitely has to be less stressful if with you at only trading just, a couple micros, Fish Lips. How many evals do you got passed? Yeah, it's super slow. That's why I said I don't think we'll be jumping in any more trades today. Whew. I've only ever passed one 250K account by luck. And that was just full porting it. I've never passed anything like that as far as those big ones like that. That is definitely a grind there to grind that 250K out. I feel like whatever, how much you got to make to what you can lose is super off. No, I never trade gold. I have watched it, but I've never taken any trades on it. I hear, some of you guys talk about it over in Methodical's man's lobby in the morning. Yeah, I guess that's the good and bad about being that 2-hour time difference from the East Coast, or 3-hour time difference from the East Coast. But it's also good on the back end because you can finish trading if if you're watching the market most of the day. I would actually like to get up and try to do London, but man, I would have to get up like at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, to trade London. Which I don't think New York's bad. I mean, my New York time starts at 8:30 in the morning. I know some of those guys who are from the UK, whenever they're in like the New York session lobbies, you know, it's like a 6-hour difference, I think. And so it's like, man, if they're on like at 3 or 4 in the evening, you're like, shoot, it's like 10, 11 o'clock their time. But it also wouldn't be that bad if you trade the New York session and you're a streamer living in the UK, because, you know, I guess you can trade in the evening. Since you got that 6-hour difference. Serious, where were you living before you moved to LA? Oh, you were in Greece 9 months ago. Nice. Oh, did you short again off the 75? Now, is that where you're from? Like, is that your like your origin country? Me, I've never left the country. I hardly ever leave the bottom part of the United States. Wow, look at that nice 80 retest there. That would have been a nice little bear flag set up there too. If this was like the New York session, these are the type of 3-candle pullback bear flags I like. Right back into that support and resistance. 3-candle pullback. That would have been a nice setup. Okay, so LA's where you're from. Yeah, and the 21. So the 21 and that 80 lined up perfect for that retest. Okay, so your mom's from Greece and your father's from here. Okay. All my family's from Georgia. Where Methodical Man lives. My mother, she only lives like 2 miles from, maybe 3 miles from Methodical Man. It could be a little farther. I know it's not that far. It's pretty close. 5-minute drive, I think, maybe 10 at the most. Oh, sweet. Opening a business. Nice. I know I wanted to open some kind of new business, but I just don't really know what. I mean, the business is that my wife, she has her own business. She has a hair salon. So she has a hair salon business that she's been in business for herself for like 20 years. Then plus we have like one rental property house in the next town over. Oh, limo company. Nice. I dated a girl back home. Her dad had a limo service. I remember that kind of in my younger days when I was like 20 years old. I remember doing that for, I'm pretty sure I wasn't even probably old enough to drive it, because I think you have to be, what, 25 or something, or 21 at least for the insurance. I don't know if the town I live in is big enough for that type of service. I know we have like car services here just because of Walmart, but I'd imagine there's probably a lot more bigger cities. So yeah, they have a lot more use for that type of stuff in the bigger cities. I think the city I live in is only like, I think 50,000 people. I haven't checked in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's probably between 40 and 50. And that's even getting kind of crowded. Like for this city size. Now they're just pretty much building apartments everywhere. I don't even think they're building houses no more. I hardly ever see any houses built around here. Everything's apartments. I think they're pretty much pricing everybody out of the homes. Cause like, I know none of my kids can afford to live here. But the area is nice here. I like living here because it's pretty nice here. I think I've lived in this town since 2001. Or no, wait. Yeah, 2001 or 2002. Oh yeah, if they're renting limos, most definitely. You probably just got done with your busy season with graduation and prom and stuff over the last couple months. And plus they have a lot more of those probably like festival stuff there too, that people show up in nice cars or big events. Is there a lot of competition for I guess limo services there? And I'm gonna imagine LA. I mean, that city's massive. I'd imagine it's pretty big. It's like anytime I ever go back home to Atlanta, Georgia, like I can't stand going back there because the traffic is so bad. Dude, this thing's gonna rip off the 75 all the way back up to the 2000. Fish Lips taking it on both sides, I think. He took it to the 75, or no, he's probably, I wonder if he's taking it back up to the 22,000s. If we get through this 50 EMA, you may get it, Fish Lips. Look at us still at that 80 level. Dude, that 80 level has been insane tonight. We've bounced off that thing so many times. So do you hire drivers, or do you do most of the driving yourself? Okay, so you have drivers. Nice. All right, so right now we're just kind of stuck in this. We're in a new range, guys. So right now we're stuck in a 10-point range from 70 to 80. Like I said, guys, we're not taking any more trades tonight. We're just kind of just in here watching price action. And if you feel like just chit-chatting, more than welcome to jump in. Two and a half hours here. Need to drop a level. Nice. Yeah, we've been stuck here for a minute, man. Man, you got pretty good patience. To be waiting this out tonight, man. This has been insane. Probably won't be trading nighttime tomorrow, but definitely be back Thursday. Well, no, because, yeah, I will. Because Thursday's a half day if you're trading during the daytime, because it's a federal holiday on Thursday. I want to say it's the, what is that called? The Juneteenth holiday, or federal holiday. I don't really consider it a holiday because only like usually federal people get that off, or state people. It's not like normal people get that holiday off. Like, it's not like a, where it's not recognized that a lot of businesses as you get the day off type holiday. Usually it's one of those federal type holidays where the bankers and the governor officials and all those people get it off. I don't know if normal, like a non-government job pays you for that holiday. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think if Fish Lips is still in this trade, he's probably targeting the 50s. Now, I do like the short, man. If we can get below that 56, I don't know if I can sit here that long. But, man, if we can get below the 56 on a 5-minute candle, that would be my short. But I don't know if I'm going to stay around and wait that long because it's already 11:30. Fish Lips, do you always trade in the evening? No? Okay. I was about to say, man, you had to be putting some mad hours on the charts, because you're usually trading like all day long, or you're usually in front of the charts, it seems like all day long, unless you're at work watching the charts. I don't know if that's what you're doing, but it seems like you got some chart time going on. Okay, so working from home and watching, okay, that makes plenty of sense. I knew you work from home, but I know sometimes you said you have to go into the office. Okay. Whew. Man, it's about that time to go find something to watch to go to sleep. Sounds good, Siri. Go have a good evening and a good day at work tomorrow. If you're out driving, be careful in the big city driving around. Traffic's crazy. The bid is crazy. What are you using to see the bid, Fish Lips? Are you using Bookmap? Or are you using some indicator that tells you what the bid levels or the volume is at that level? Okay, just by testing of, okay, I got what you're saying. Just the test of the level. Yeah, I mean, maybe that means the London session is going to be pretty wild. I'm gonna try that one setup on my eval that if it happens tomorrow. What is it? Let me go back up and look and see his name. Where he was saying trade the Asian higher lows, and as it pushes through, put your order like back above it. Was it Charles? No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Charles. Okay, it was the capital. Okay. Oh, you still have the IBL still marked out on your charts. Nice. It's weird, like when you're trading the New York session, it seems like 20 points is nothing, but man, trading this London. Oh, explain a little farther. So it wasn't as just waiting for the London, or not London, for the Asia high or low to break and put your buy order 3 points above the previous high or low. Yeah, watching paint dry. No kidding. Yeah, you can do it on all sessions. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow morning when I get up before I start, I'll try to make sure I get all those previous sessions highs and lows put on the trading view chart, and then I can just transfer them over to my Ninja. And what I'll do is I'll try them on eval tomorrow. Because I'm not really sure what tomorrow's price action is going to be like. We do have 3-star news in the morning, but we also have Papa Powell speaking tomorrow at 2. So I'm not really sure what the price action is going to be like tomorrow. I'm hoping it's not going to be one of those days where it's just whipping. I was actually getting ready to get off Capital because, like I said, man, I've been up since, you know, I stayed up late the previous night where I didn't go to bed till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I only slept like a few hours. That's why I didn't stream this morning, because I woke up at like at 8. I don't know. Are you on during the New York session? All right, so let's see. You said 796, correct? Okay. All right, so was it 896 or 796? All right, let's see. It's called, you said, ICT kill zone and pivots. This one by Trade for Pops or something like that, or Ops. Oh, yep, that's the one. Oh, wow, that looks pretty nice. How they put that on there for you. Oh yeah, that definitely makes it easier when they print it up for you like that, doesn't it? I think I've seen this indicator somewhere, like on Instagram or something. That looked like, yeah. All right, so now I kind of see what you're talking about, where it pushes below it and you're putting your buy order up here, correct? Is that what you were talking about from earlier? All right, we'll go to yesterday's Asia. So this is yesterday's Asia session. So if that's just Asia, so it looked like the setup for that London was probably during the London session. Ah, so that's what you meant by New York lunch hour. Yep. Yep, I see. Asia high. Here's London. Took out the high here. So then once you get over to the New York AM, there's your, takes out the London high again. What does that pull back to almost? Quite a bit. I guess so. It is a nice looking little indicator as far as the taking out Londons and lows. Yeah, it's a nice little indicator as far as printing out the... I didn't even know there was a New York lunch session. I mean, I knew there was a lunch session, but I didn't know there was an indicator that put that on there like that. That's kind of neat. I know I have this one guy in my lobby every day. He trades ICT, fair value gaps, and I know he never trades after 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock my time. So it's pretty good. Yeah, we will definitely try this out tomorrow. Capital. And you said what you're doing is you're waiting for us to run the previous highs and lows of that session. Then you're putting your buy order like 3 ticks below the high or low, or above the high or low, I guess. New York looks pretty crazy. Wow, that was a nice trade there, even though it was some sloppy price action. This was probably the fastest and the cleanest here. Okay. So for instance, this was the Asia one. So the high was at 17. This one pushed up 22. So you would have had a resting order sitting at 20. Is that what you're saying? Three points above the previous wick of the high. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely watch this tomorrow morning as it's happening and just watch. Like I said, usually whenever I try something new, I usually just do it with evals just to practice or build some kind of confident level if I'm going to try something new. But with my funded accounts, I'd strictly try to stick to, I mean, almost the same thing. I mean, I'm trading the previous day and low and high, so it's just the same thing pretty much on those levels, but they're mostly the New Yorks. Oh well, I guess it could be anything, whatever yesterday's high or yesterday's low was. All right guys, thank you guys all for watching tonight. I will be back on for New York session, but I probably won't trade tomorrow night because I have something I have to go take care of. But Thursday night, more likely, we'll be on here. So you mainly just do longs? You just look for always bullish trades? Oh, okay. I think I just misunderstood what you were saying on that one. Oh, I got what you're saying. Only buy below the session low if you're bullish. Okay, okay. I got what you're saying now. Okay, makes more sense. I guess the way I was reading it, it didn't at first click. And so only if you buy the session low if you're bullish. So if you're feeling bearish, you know, you don't, yeah, understand. Yeah, gotcha. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the conversations tonight. It definitely made the night go by a little faster because right now we're still just kind of chopping here in the 70s between this like 20-point range. I think right now we're actually in a 10-point range. We're stuck between 80 and 70. So if you're staying on trading, for me, I'm not really sure where I'd be looking for longs. Maybe if we got back above the 22,000s. But for shorts, I like the shorts back below the 956. And then maybe you can take it back into like yesterday's lows. And I guess that would also be the New York PM session. Sounds good, fish lips. Hope you're able to get some sleep tonight and ready for a long day of trading and working tomorrow. Looks juicy for reversal. Nice. Yeah, I would, if I could stay awake, I would definitely sit here and wait for that 56 to break, if it's going to break. I think I'd rather have the highs though, because the highs are freaking all the way up here at 177. But I think the only way we get that is you're going to have to probably wait for the London session. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching.